A new image has been created by forensic artist Hugh Morrison and the international charity Locate International. Let us take a look at the case of the Wembley Point woman. It was on the 29th of October 2004 when customers at the rooftop restaurant at Wembley Point noticed a woman in the elevator in distress. Sometime later, witnesses reported her falling or jumping from the 21st floor. Her body was then recovered from a river at the bottom of Wembley Point, which is now known as the Wem Tower. The building was occupied by other businesses at the time such as Loot, TNS, Loud and Clear Mental Health Advocacy, and the American University in London. The Missing Persons Unit and Locate International are keen to speak with anyone who may have worked in the building at the time of her death. The Wembley Point woman is described as Afro-Caribbean, between 20 to 40 years old. She was 5 feet 1 inch to 5 feet 3 inches tall. She had a small black afro. Her eyes were brown, and she was of thin build. Let's look at what possessions she may have had and what she was wearing on the day she was discovered. A painting was found which is believed to be painted by the unknown woman. The reports vary, stating that she was clutching the painting when she passed away or that she left it in the restaurant before she died. There doesn't seem to be much damage to the painting, if any at all, and if it fell from the 21st floor with her, then I believe it would have been damaged, torn, or broken. The painting is 2 foot x 1 foot in size and may hold clues to her identity. Presenter Pandora Sykes from the Missing podcast hosted by Apple was quoted saying, "In the center of the frame is a figure with a blank white space where the face should be. The figure appears to be holding a blue, yellow, and orange tribal mask. In the space over its left shoulder are more blank-faced figures, some lying down, others touching each other's faces. Then, over the figure's right shoulder is a woman, staring into the space where the woman's face should be, while a one-eyed, slightly threatening face hovers above her." Also found on the woman's body was a 7-day bus pass issued from Seven Sisters Road to Wembley Point, which was purchased in the early hours of the morning at 7:07 in the AM from Seven Sisters Station. The pass was dated the 26th of October 04 to the 1st of November 04, so this means she traveled at least twice from the same destinations. It was, for this reason, police believe she was local to the Seven Sisters Road area. Former investigator and TfL worker Gary, who now volunteers with Locate International, said the bus pass, when taken alongside the newspaper, suggested the woman could have been a commuter. From my experience, customers have distinct patterns to where they buy tickets, to where they travel to, and how they travel. A bus pass, in particular, is unusual, particularly a period bus pass, because generally bus journeys are what we call hop-on and hop-off. People do very short journeys.
It could be argued that she may have been traveling via Seven Sisters Road station, from the bus stop to the Wem Tower. The bus journey was around 50 minutes long. She may have been commuting for a large amount of time in the morning. She may have been commuting to work around the Wem Tower area, or may have been working nights and traveling home. She had purchased the Guardian newspaper dated the 29th of October 04, the same day she passed away, but where she purchased this from has never been determined.
Unusually, no purse was found on the woman's body, but £5.20 in cash was found on her, indicating she didn't use one, but this could be her loose change. I think if she did use one, she would have kept her cash and bus pass in the purse. She also had a black carrier bag with clear lettering CPNY, which is believed to represent Central Park, New York. I am unsure if the bag was reusable. I wonder if this was a novelty item she may have had for a keepsake, or did she get the carrier bag when she bought the Guardian newspaper? We know she was a smoker. She had a black disposable lighter and a used packet of 10 Marlboro cigarettes. She wore a silver-faced digital watch that had a black rubber strap. I am unsure of the make and model. If anyone recognizes the model of the watch, post it in the comments. She wore some jewelry, including a silver metal ring on the ring finger of her right hand. It had a silver conch shell design. She also wore another silver ring on the little finger of her left hand. She wore a silver or gold-plated stud earring in her right ear with a small diamond-type stone in the middle. She also had a small silver-plated earring. She had a small hoop in the left ear. I am unsure again if this is silver or gold-plated. Both earrings seem to be throwaway jewelry or costume jewelry as some would call it. She wore a very notable outfit too. She seemed smartly dressed and appropriate for work and the cold October weather. The images of her clothing have not been released on the MPU website, nor have they recorded the sizes of her clothing. She wore a pair of casual black trousers, and these are mentioned twice on the Missing Persons Unit website. I am unsure if this is an error as there were a couple of spelling mistakes and the hoop earring wasn't included in the list of her jewelry, or she wore 2 pairs of black trousers and a pair of tights. If she did wear 2 pairs of trousers and a pair of tights, maybe she hadn't been in the UK very long and was adjusting to the autumn weather. She seemed to have taken nice care of herself, so the possibility of her being homeless is very low. I think she may have only been wearing 1 pair of trousers and a pair of tights. She wore a shiny plastic-type maroon bomber jacket, and 1 black leather glove was found on her right hand. She also wore a black polo neck jumper made of very thin material, and over the top of that she wore a wine-colored crew neck jumper. Who are the companies that resided in Wem Tower? Loot Limited is an advertising agency specializing in classified ads. It is very similar to Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, where members post adverts for their services and goods. The company headquarters are no longer at Wem Tower, which now resides in Great Portland Street, Fitzrovia, London.
TNS is a market research and public opinion polling company. TNS was located on the 12th floor of Wem Tower at the time the unidentified woman was discovered. According to Companies House on the direct government website, the company was known as NFO World Group Limited, until 2007 when it was renamed TNS World Panel Limited. The company no longer resides in the Wem Tower. The Loud and Clear Mental Health Advocacy was a mental health support charity. It provided social work activities without accommodation for the elderly and disabled. It seems such a shame to have a charity that clearly cared for the people to be so close by. Sadly, the company dissolved on the 15th of July 2014. If she was in distress, maybe she was receiving support via the charity.
The American University of London. Unfortunately, the university was shut down and dissolved. It reopened under different aliases over the years and is still in operation. Legally, the American University in London changed to the Richmond American University of London. The new company denies that they just hand out degrees without students actually studying. BBC's Newsnight program exposed the university by using a dog called Pete that used to reside in Battersby Dog's home to apply for a place. The dog was accepted if Pete the dog paid over £4,000. The university does have a liberal arts course. Maybe the Wem Tower woman was submitting a piece of her artwork. Maybe the university did not want to identify her due to the attention exposing their fraud, but realized the university isn't what it was cracked up to be. If you came from abroad to study for your dream job to find it has no accommodation and it wasn't properly credited, I am pretty sure it would test all of us. This is just my opinion, but it seems very strange there was a university that had an art course in the same building she fell or jumped from. The company was fined, and a statement on their Facebook page states, "The American University in London is an unaccredited university located in Seven Sisters Road in London. The AUL's business education programs have been accredited in the past by the International Assembly for Collegiate Business Education, but this accreditation was suspended in April 2007. The IACB identified the need for improvement in the areas of outcomes assessment, strategic planning, financial resources, external oversight, and business and industry linkages is in partnership with the Geneva Business School." On the 13th of January 2006, AUL was fined for violations of the Trade Descriptions Act 1968 and Business Names Act 1985 for misleading prospective students by deceptively representing itself as a university in spite of lacking proper accreditation. An Islington counsellor noted, "It is important that prospective students thoroughly research education providers or they could waste a lot of time and money pursuing a worthless qualification." On the 8th of March 2022, the Fraud Wiki website released an article stating that, degrees for sale, bachelor's, master's, PhD. It is an unaccredited and unaccredited university. On January 13, 2006, the university was fined for infractions in the Trade Descriptions Act 1968 and the Trade Names Act 1985 for misleading prospective students by deceptively representing itself as a university despite the lack of proper accreditation. In addition, the American University in London, AUOL, represents a bakery for selling diplomas online. The company opposes the label and instead describes itself as a for-profit educational institution that offers undergraduate and graduate degrees only through distance learning. Many degrees were awarded without requiring any work from the student, and on one occasion the MBA was awarded only for £4,500. When we search for the name of the university on the Department of Education's website, which is the body that publishes the names of licensed universities in America, we find that it is not recognized. If you have any information about the Wembley Tower woman, please follow the links in the description of my video. There you will find information on how to report to the Missing Persons Unit, Crime Stoppers, and Locate International.